Welcome back to my class. In this video, we'll be discussing about spontaneity. That is, we are going to begin with the second law of thermodynamics. To understand the statement of second law of thermodynamics, we should understand what is spontaneity or what is a spontaneous process. In our daily life, we come across many natural processes which take place of their own in one direction only. They do not proceed in the reverse direction of their own. For example, water flows down the hill without the help of an external agency. But water cannot flow up the hill of its own. It can be made to flow upward only by the use of some external agency. So these are some examples of a spontaneous reaction. What are spontaneous processes? This is what we are going to learn. They have a natural tendency to occur only in one direction. That is, a reaction which has a potential to proceed without the assistance of any external agency only once proper conditions are set. So under the proper conditions, it will move only in one direction. And that is what is written here. They have a natural tendency to occur only in a particular direction. Some examples of spontaneous process is shown here. The burning of a gunpowder is a spontaneous process. Diffusion of two gases. The two gases are taken in separate jars and allowed to mix. That mixing takes place on its own. So that is another example of a spontaneous process. So spontaneous process can be defined as an irreversible process. It is irreversible, which has a natural tendency to occur either of its own or after proper initiation under the given set of conditions. Many other examples of spontaneous processes: evaporation of water, dissolution of sugar in water to form a solution, and for some spontaneous processes we have to initiate it. So once we initiate it, once we give energy, the reaction will take place in one direction. Such reactions, such spontaneous processes can be, examples are hydrogen reacts with oxygen to produce water. So here an electric discharge is supplied, and after that the reaction will take place in one direction. Coal burns to give carbon dioxide when ignited. Another example of a spontaneous process. So a process which has no natural tendency to occur is said to be a non-spontaneous process. So here another example given here is flow of heat from a hot body to a cold body. Another example of a spontaneous process. Here you can see that the temperature is heating A and the temperature of B is increased. Flow of heat from hot to cold body is a spontaneous process. These are the processes occurring irreversibly. I had explained the definition earlier, without the help of an external agency. So the next next what we are going to study is what are the criteria of spontaneity. Why these reactions are taking place in only one direction? What is the reason behind? This is what we are going to find out. Spontaneous processes, all these spontaneous processes that we have seen, that is water flows down the hill. It is flowing down the hill. Why? Due to the tendency to decrease its potential energy. Another example, heat flows from a hot body to a cold body. It is moving in that direction so that the energy is lowered there. Formation of water from hydrogen and oxygen. When we study these some of the spontaneous reactions, we can find that the delta H value is negative. Delta H value negative means these are exothermic reactions. So from these examples, it is clear that all of them proceed towards a state of lower energy. And we all know that lower energy state is related to the stability of the system. Lower the energy, more is the stability. So we can assume that the processes which are exothermic in nature must be spontaneous. This leads us to conclude that the negative value of delta H may be the criterion of spontaneity. So that may be the first reason here. So heat releasing process are spontaneous. So all the spontaneous process has been found to be exothermic. That exothermic means delta H value will come out to be negative. Now, is decrease in enthalpy an essential criterion of spontaneity? The delta H criterion fails to explain the spontaneous nature of a large number of reactions whose delta H is found to be positive, even zero. For example, evaporation of water, that is conversion of liquid water to gaseous water vapor. It is a spontaneous process, but delta H is found to be positive there, that is, it is endothermic. Dissolution of ammonium chloride in water. You take some ammonium chloride and dissolve in water, you can find that the beaker becomes cool. Why it is becoming cool? Because energy has been absorbed. That is an example of a spontaneous process, but their delta H value is found to be positive. Similarly, intermixing. In the beginning, we saw the intermixing of reacting gases. There, delta H is not negative. There, delta H is found to be zero. But still it is spontaneous. So study of the above processes does not allow us to consider the negative value of delta H as the criterion of spontaneity. And hence we have to explore for another missing factor. There is some other factor which might be the criteria of spontaneity. So what is that second criteria of spontaneous reactions? Second point written here is processes leading to disorders are also found to be spontaneous. So the next criteria of spontaneity, that is many of the studies, like you can find the intermixing of gases. In the intermixing of gases, as I've explained earlier, delta H is equal to 0. But here what can you find? When two gases are mixed, there is an increase in disorderliness or randomness of a system. Every system has a tendency to attain a state of maximum stability. Therefore, it has been found that a more disordered state may be related to more stability. Hence, the tendency of various systems to acquire a more disordered state or a more random state may be responsible for the spontaneity of the process. So that is what is written here, greater the disorderliness. So here the next point given here, energy releasing process have a natural tendency to occur spontaneously because it increases the stability. This doesn't mean that endothermic processes are spontaneous, which I had explained earlier. Example, dissolution of ammonium chloride is an endothermic process, yet it occurs spontaneously. This is because during dissolution, the randomness of the molecules are increased. So, whatever spontaneous reaction we are finding, all the spontaneous reactions, we can find that there is an increase in disorderliness. That is the reason why they are moving in only one particular direction. Thus, in general, energy releasing and randomness increasing processes are generally found to be spontaneous in nature.